Give me a beat.
Oh man, okay, alright,
The first step is to disassemble the bike so you got room around the cylinder head to work. That means that most of the plastic, the seat, and the pipe needs to be removed. It is a good idea to clean them as you take it out, so when you put it back together, they're gonna look nice and clean. As a disclaimer, always refer to your service manual when you're working on your bike. I'm just a guy doing videos for YouTube, and most of the time, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Once you get the pipe out of the way, it's time to drain the coolant. For that, there is a little screw on the lower section of the water pump. Just make sure you got a bucket or something to catch the liquid, because you're gonna do a big mess if you don't. Now to disassemble the cylinder head, just make sure you unscrew the bolts in a crisscross pattern. It is a good idea to wipe the surface with a little brush every time you take a screw out, because there is always dirt in them, and doing so you avoid that dirt to fall into the piston. And with all the screws removed, you're gonna need a little bit of persuasion to take the cylinder head out. You just need a couple taps with a rubber mallet and eventually it gets out. And that's the dirt I was telling you about.
Purchase your track.
Now is a good moment to inspect your cylinder head, just to make sure there are no cracks in there or anything like that. Make sure you're keeping those two pins, because you're gonna need them to put it back together. Now, to have access to the bolts for the cylinder, you need to take that valve cover out. On the opposite side, you need to unplug the exhaust valve. This process is pretty much the same for every other two-stroke over there. You just need to put a rack or something in there so the D10 don't fall into the gearbox. Once you get the cylinder out, is a good moment to check for cracks in the piston, cracks in the cylinder wall, or any playing on the crankshaft. If everything looks good, it's time to replace the piston with a new one, clean the surfaces, and put new gaskets on it. So for some reason my camera decided not to record the audio in this section, but I was basically explaining that once you have the piston in place, it's time to put in the gaskets. I choose this TOS gasket seal from Rocky Mountain ITV, which is really good because it has everything that you need to put it back together. Went ahead and cleaned it up with some degreaser and apply a little bit of two-stroke oil in it just to get it lubricated. The next is just really straightforward, just put it in there. They're really clean, shouldn't be really dirty. Last step is just to put everything back together. Just make sure you have your service manual in handy, because you're gonna need to know all the torque specs for each bolt. And that's it, you're ready to go.